Hello Aries, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, maybe Venus. I do encourage you to check out your rising and your moon for sure as well. And I do want to mention, if you haven't seen it already on other videos on the channel, that I do have a dental appliance in my mouth. So sometimes my tongue gets a little bit tied or caught up in some words as I'm reaching for the sound. So please be patient with me. I may not talk as fast or as loudly as I usually do to pronounce the words better. So Aries, what we're doing this week is I've got 4 weeks of different types of readings, and this is the first week going into that. So this week is a fairy reading. So we're starting with the fairy deck. We're going to pull a card out for you. We're going to find out what the fairies would like you to release, what they would like you to embrace, hidden factors surrounding you, as well as energy coming towards you. There is an extended at the end of this, so if you are so compelled, the link is at the top of the description. The extended is very interesting for the fairy week. So the extended is basically messages coming to you from your inner child, your own inner child. There'll be another fairy card pulled in the extended. It'll be the archetypal energy of your inner child, and we will investigate what your inner child is looking for you to do and asking for you to do. So let's get started, my Aries tribe. I don't babble so much between shuffling. So I have to save it's mostly my tongue strength. And if they have bodybuilding competitions for your tongue, maybe mine could enter that later. Aries, a card for Aries, the fairy. Aries! Oh, wow. Look at you guys. If you're familiar with my channel, you will be familiar with this card. I thought someone would get it this week. I didn't know who it was. I had a feeling. Look what you guys pulled out. The Oakmen. Wow. That's huge. Okay. So, would you like to hear about the Oakmen? I can tell you, the Oakmen came around to this channel. If you're an Aries, I would go. You'll have to go right now. You can watch this reading first. But in my my videos, there is a series on the Oakmen. There's like a whole thing on them. They came out just around the time that COVID really hit North America. It really, yeah, like I guess Europe. I think Europe was already kind of into it, but around March. Okay. The Oakmen. This is about strength, ancient wisdom, and depth. So I'm going to go right into what the reading is, because there's quite a lot of information about like the development of the Oakmen and what other people see in it. So let's just get right into it, what it is when it's in your reading. This card depicts the strength and wisdom of age. It also reminds us that what we need to know, what is truly there to be seen, cannot be discovered by a superficial glance and hasty reaction. In a reading, the Oakmen tell us to look slowly and deeply into the heart of the matter and to see past the superficialities of the surface. Consider the history of the situation in depth and learn from the past. Consult others with more experience than you have. Learn from the wisdom of the elders, both those available to you personally and those you encounter in books and elsewhere. In this matter, it would be wise to make your decisions after more pondering and study of the situation. Consider motivations in depth. Take action only after thorough deliberation. The Oakmen tell us that haste may be, at this moment, our worst enemy. They also suggest that we might learn a lot from trees. Consider the trees and their wisdom. Connect with a wise old one and ask for help. And There's a quote here from the creator. Fairies speak to us in many, many ways, and we perceive their intent with our ears, our eyes, and our hearts, and our laughter too. That's pretty interesting. Actually, what's kind of cool is my son and I were collecting acorns from the oak trees this year, up north as well as like around my house here. So yeah, that's kind of interesting, guys. So what were they? Now we're going into the Lightseers Tarot. What would the Oakmen like you to release? What are they going to ask you to embrace? They're going to tell you about these factors that you're not aware of. And they're also going to tell you about energy that is approaching you. This energy could be an outside, well, it is an outside source because it's approaching you, but it could be a cycle that you're going into. It could be the energy of someone around you who's coming towards you, or a situation. It's just staring at me. Yeah, they're just like staring at me. It's been a while since I've had their card out. I guess they're upset maybe. They're like, why don't you take us out anymore, Cindy? Way to show up at your reading. Wouldn't it be nice to release? Release yourself. Just get on out there or something. Ooh, wow, look at that. Sorry, my green hairs. All right. Oh, the bottom. The bottom is the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles, kind of being out in the cold, not being part of a group, not being part of a dynamic that at one point you were part of, feeling isolated perhaps in this energy. Okay, so I'm going to show you what each card is and where it's sitting, and then I'm going to go into the reading like full on. Okay, so what they're asking you to release is the Emperor energy. This is going to be interesting to clarify. They could be asking you, there's multiple levels of this. They could be asking you to really release yourself, like really allow yourself to move forward, like to go out and to be released, like don't hold back anymore sort of energy. They could be asking you to release control in a situation because the Emperor often has a lot of control in what's going on. They could be asking you to release I want to say release the old and allow the new to come in. I'm just getting that message sort of almost intuitively. Now what they're asking you to embrace is the Lovers. This can be choices. It could be a romantic connection. Hidden factors that you were unaware of the Seven of Cups. So there's a lot of options, a lot of choices. Perhaps there's confusion. Energy that is approaching you. I don't know. I've had enough of these for myself. Is the Tower. So, I'm hoping this has nothing to do with me. It's all about you guys. I've had enough Tower moments in my life this year. All right. So, the Tower is basically, it is a disruption in your life in terms of a change. Some sort of change coming in. The Oakmen are all about that. All about change. So let's clarify, Aries. What you got going on, guys? I have to say, sometimes I watch other, not sometimes, a lot of times I watch other readers. And there's a few of them. When I do the Aries readings, it's like every time the Emperor card comes out, and I say, you guys always show up to your own readings. And no other sign that shows up as much as Aries does to their own readings. Gotta be first in line, right? It's like, we're here, what are you gonna say? All right, my little Aries friends. Oh my, this is a nickname I had for you guys. Fireball babies or something like that. Oh, the Ten of Swords. Oh, wow. The Ten of Swords is what has come out for the Emperor. This is interesting because the Ten of Swords is kind of like a death of the ego. And when I say the death of the ego, there could be some sort of control. So this is speaking out more about some sort of control being asked to release that. So the ego is there to protect us. The ego is, the intention of the ego, the original intent of the ego is to protect us from the world around us. Now, the balance in life is figuring out when the ego is taking more control over a situation than it needs to. So, you're being asked to release that. That feels like what that is speaking. It is resonating with you. The Five of Swords for the Lovers. Embrace. The Seven of Cups. The Eight of Swords. Energy that is approaching you is the Star. That just came out on its own. Queen of Swords is at the bottom, and that's it. Being very clear, very concise energy. Cutting things out that are not serving you. Alright, so what you are being asked to embrace is the Lovers with the Five of Swords. I know. Aries is one of those signs where I know you're not going to want to hear it, but it feels like someone from your past. Either someone you walked away from, someone who walked away from you, or there was something that happened. There was some sort of a separation here. That is what this is telling us, is this Lovers energy. So, of course, the Lovers is always a choice. So it is a choice for you to make about something. You're being asked to at least embrace the exercise of making this choice. I will clarify that more. The Seven of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So this is feeling like, I mean, this is what you're unaware of. This is sitting in the position of what you are unaware of. There's some sort of confusion in a situation with the Seven of Cups. The Eight of Swords, there is, at least on someone's end here, perhaps it's not your end because it's something that you're unaware of, where someone feels unable to move forward. They're unable to make a choice. It seems like the options around them are keeping them stuck and they cannot move forward. So the energy that is approaching you, though, is it's a good Tower moment because it's the Star. So the Star is something that you could wish for, that you covet for. It's also very, very balanced energy. Very balanced energy. Yeah, I really do feel like actually I need more clarifiers. We just got one for each one. I like to do 3 options. So let's do it. Let's do 3 to get you more information. And I will actually pull a card specifically on the Oakmen. Why they are here in terms of, like, I'm really getting, like, it is a very ancient, very old protective energy. It's sort of, to me, like the keeper of the forest. And down here, this always reminds me of a little lamb, which is kind of interesting because that would be like a young Aries, like a little lamb. And it is very protective. So I always ask, what is this here for? And we start to talk through it and I get it. So it feels like this energy is here too, as protecting you. It is protecting you, which is kind of an interesting link. Because when we're talking about what they're asking you to release is the Emperor, clarified by the Ten of Swords. And in that, we talked about the ego, and the ego is there to protect us. That's the whole concept of having an ego, is to protect you. So now I'm getting that the Oakmen are specifically here almost to say that you are protected. Perhaps you can drop your guard if your guard has been up in situations. All right, we're going to pull out, so we get 3 clarifiers for each one of these, because I feel like the story is incomplete. Haha, look at that, the Two of Queen of Swords. After all that shuffling, she hasn't quite gone away. So the bottom now we have the Two of Cups, and then behind that is the Queen of Swords, and then it's in reverse. It's funny. All right, so the Emperor, for like a more detailed clarification. The Emperor, we have the Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the World card. So I do feel like there has been some sort of situation that you've been involved in, or perhaps things have just been playing out for you. I mean, the world is very chaotic and unusual. Things are unpredictable right now. There's a lot going on in the world. But this feels like it would go beyond that. That this is more of a personal experience with the Three of Swords. So the Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the World. It is almost as if to say to end this cycle. To end the cycle. And the cycle of feeling defeated. Feeling like a part of you has almost been killed off, right? A part of your life, for sure. And the Three of Swords is also heartbreak. It is to end that cycle. You can sort of drop the Emperor persona that protects you with the ego, because I am getting that there is energy around you that is protecting you. So let's say like you will not move towards a certain situation that in any way could put you in a vulnerable, kind of like have your tender underbelly exposed, and it could be taken advantage of. Like that is the energy that I'm getting here, but don't be stupid, right? Obviously, this is just a tarot reading, so don't set yourself up for anything really dumb. So the Lovers, right? What you're being asked to embrace, again, it feels like someone from your past, guys. The Five of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the King of Cups. So there is some sort of separation here. This was disappointing. It did not work out the way it was hoped to work out. There is a lot, with the King of Cups, there's an awful lot of feelings and emotions here, but they're not being shared. If this is someone that you're dealing with, this is resonating with you, this person may have not expressed any feelings in the past. So you're being asked to embrace that. This is also, you can, as you're making your choices, moving forward, there's going to be choices coming towards you. I definitely feel like that, particularly with the energy coming towards you with the Tower and a Star. To sort of walk away from this energy as well. Like kind of put this behind you. Any feelings from the past that have not worked out. Because it also be feelings. Like it doesn't necessarily mean that there's someone from your past, but there's definitely past energy sitting here with those two cards. And to at least move forward, you can have a lot of feelings and emotions, but you don't necessarily need to express those. All right, the hidden factors that you are unaware of. We had the Seven of Cups, where I feel like there's some sort of confusion, or there's a lot of choices, there's indecision about how to move forward. We had the Eight of Swords, you got the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hermit card. There's definitely someone here is feeling kind of trapped or confined. And even any movement forward is incredibly slow with this Knight of Pentacles. Honestly, incredibly slow. And then it just actually kind of goes right back into this Hermit, like into an isolation. Let's say that, like, this could just be reading the world. Like, what's going on with the world? It's like you're feeling trapped, literally, right? Like hidden factors you weren't aware of. Maybe, I mean, this is almost playing out to me the way those cards are speaking. Like how the things have been in the world the last 8-9 months. So feeling kind of trapped or confined, not necessarily being able to move forward in the way that you would like to. And then when you can, you have to kind of do it slowly. You have to kind of slowly plan it out. Like, okay, do I have masks? Do I have my sanitizer? It's okay, I do. And then you kind of get used to that. And it's like, oh, you got to go back in again. Like, you got to go back in again. So this is possibly playing on you too, and playing on others in ways that maybe we're not recognizing. You know, we're just kind of saying it's an inconvenience, or oh, it's this again. Like even here in Canada, like the numbers have started to go up. The whole second wave is starting again. I don't know if the first wave is finished in some places, but I'm sure there's still a lot of back and forth. So, the energy that's approaching you, let's focus on that, right? You've got the Tower moment. It's like, okay, well, there's going to be some kind of change, a large change in your life, but it's signified by the Star. It was clarified by the Star first, so this is a really good change. Oh my gosh, look at that. There's like little acorns at the bottom of the Tower and the squirrel. Ah, acorns, right? The Oak Man. So whatever this Tower moment is, it's something that A, is really, really good. The Star is something that you've wished for, you've coveted, you've hoped, you've dreamed of, perhaps even seemed out of reach. But with the acorns there, I feel like this is perhaps you're feeling that because it is something that maybe you're destined to either achieve or claim. And that's why there is this protection around you. It's kind of meant for you. It's meant for you and only you. And with these little acorns coming down from the sky with this bolt of lightning, it's like there for this little squirrel. And it's almost kind of terrifying, like the energy that comes in. But this is something to be planted that can grow and maybe one day even become as strong and stable and as mighty as an oak tree. So the other two cards that came out to clarify it are the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Well, I want to say that it's a very stabilizing energy with the Four of Pentacles. It's very stabilizing. You may even yourself, just because it's such a big change, you may feel the need to sort of like not do too much outside of deal with whatever this tower moment is. To just kind of get your own stability, to kind of feel grounded again. But it brings you like really good. Like, I cannot tell you enough how good this tower moment is. The Oakmen are trying to tell you how good this tower moment is going to be. With the Nine of Pentacles, abundance, prosperity, really being able to look after yourself on a very physical level, like on a very relatable level with the things that are around you. Like, I have to say, you guys are not particularly like, I think Pisces had a very spiritual reading, but that is very typical of Pisces. But this is a very sort of grounded, earthly reading for Aries. I am going to clarify your Five of Pentacles. And actually, let's ask a specific question. Let's go on a different deck. Oh, what did I do there? A different deck. Oh, you know what? I should use this. I should use this. Because this is the deck that I used to always use with the Oakmen. So let's ask about the Oakmen specifically. I feel like they're protecting something for you. It feels like it's related to this tower moment and the star. All right, thank you. Where we go. The Son of Cups. That's kind of like the Knight of Cups. So they are protecting some either offers, moving forward. It really feels like the energy of moving forward with an open heart, your heart chakra open, moving forward towards positive feelings and emotions, experiences with people that are positive. I am really feeling that. The Death card is at the bottom, the Six of Cups, the Seven of Cups. I'm still going to shuffle those, so I'm just looking at what's it, and then the Five of Cups. That's interesting because two of these cards have already come out in this spread. The Five of Cups and the Seven of Cups, where there's some sort of confusion. The underline here, so to me this is kind of speaking about the Oakmen, this Son of Cups, this Knight of Cups energy. So an ending with the Death card, there was an ending here with the Six of Cups, some sort of energy that should feel really good. An energy that really makes you feel invigorated and alive again. The Six of Cups can also be a soulmate connection, someone from your soul tribe. The Seven of Cups here is where we have the confusion. And then the Five of Cups, the disappointment. So the confusion may be related to the disappointment. Or the disappointment may be related to the confusion. I just want to clarify your Five of Pentacles, guys. And I don't know, that wasn't too short. I have to save my mouth for the extended and the other reading. So the Five of Pentacles for Aries. The underline, which is kind of the reason for the reading. So something that you're feeling locked out of, not part of. Wow, it was a crazy split. Ooh, the Eight of Cups. So something that was walked away from. Either you walked away from it or someone else walked away from it. The Star. That's interesting. Because the Star is in your tower moment. The Ace of Cups is at the bottom. And then that's it. It's all reversed. All right. I feel bad. Because your reading is leaving like this big open gap to me for you. And I don't know. You know, like what's going on. So what is the advice for Aries? I'm going to ask advice for you guys. And that doesn't surprise me. Because the Oakmen were always sort of cryptic. You have to kind of, yeah. What is the advice for Aries moving forward? And then I'm going to go do the extended and find out what your inner child wants you to do. The Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Your advice is really to, because the Ten of Pentacles, interesting. That came out yesterday as a group. Because the Ten of Pentacles can be about, you know, the foundation. It's having created a foundation for a home, a very stable, a very abundant home life that you do share with others. Otherwise, because it's the Nine of Pentacles, right? That's interesting. The Ten of Pentacles. For some of you, there may be someone from your past who has the potential to be like your Two of Cups, a lover's energy. There is that aspect of it. Be open to this possibility. You are protected. And as well, I'm getting from this Pisces yesterday, there was a really strong feeling with the Ten of Pentacles with the community, with the group. So there may be a particular group or community to sort of connect with again. And then, like I said, the Ace of Cups is at the bottom. And the Five of Cups is, or the Five of Pentacles is reversed. So that's good. So there's a new beginning, perhaps to not feel isolated anymore. Isolated. I don't know when that's going to happen. Okay, there you go, Aries. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being patient with me and my mouth. I am going to go do the extended now. The link is at the top of the description. And we're going to find out what your inner child is asking of you through the fairies. Thanks so much, guys. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.